Hey guys, Austin here again doing another backer chat. I don't know. I don't even know what to call these still. Basically just a quick and dirty video for channel backers specifically, either on Patreon or over on YouTube via channel memberships. This was intended to be an unboxing video. I did the unboxing and I realized I completely forgot to hit record. This is the Sega Genesis Mini 2. I was not planning on buying one of these. I've been talking about it for probably the better part of a year now on stream, saying how I'll probably never own one because it's redundant. I have like 5 Genesis / Mega Drive consoles. I have a Mega SG. I have a Mr. FPGA. I think I still have software compilations on like Xbox 360 and PS3 with Genesis games. I don't really need this. But that said, you get enough alcohol in my system, which in this case was copious amounts, and then I find out that they're still available for sale brand new on Amazon. Yeah, I drunk buy it. But part of the reason I wanted this was that, for one, it would make for a fun YouTube stream or 2 or 3 or whatever. But 2, it's got a killer lineup. Like, you're not going to really be able to read this. You can check the Amazon listing. But it's got a game library that's geared more towards like hardcore fans of the platform. You have stuff like Sega CD games like Final Fight CD and Shining Force CD. You've got some stuff by Treasure like Alien Soldier. You've got Fatal Fury 2, a bunch of shmups like Elemental Master and Hellfire and Lightning Force, aka Thunder Force 4, Truxton. It's even got Virtua Racing on here, which is awesome. It's got Viewpoints. Not a great version of Viewpoint, actually, but still, you get Splatterhouse 2. There's just a lot of, like, really awesome stuff on here. And so, yeah, I'm a big fan of Sega CD in particular, so the fact that they've got all those Sega CD games, and they're generally, like, pretty high-quality games for the most part, is just really awesome. And it's just really, it's really nice to see. So, unfortunately, because I've already unboxed this, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I did want to just go ahead and just show off like what's included in the package if you're thinking about buying this. Now, FYI, this does ship from Sega of Japan, so it's going to cost you, at least in the States, it's going to cost you like $25 or $30 for shipping. The price on these is a little under $100 right now. It's like 97 or something like that. But then you add like the $25 in shipping. I think my total ended up coming out to like $127 after taxes and all that stuff. So it did set me back a little bit more than I was expecting. But inside the box, you do get an HDMI cable, which is really nice. You do get USB power with the brick. Some mini consoles, I want to say like the TurboGrafx Mini, I don't think came with a brick, which was kind of annoying. So it's really nice that this one does. And it does come with a 6-button controller, unlike the original Genesis Mini, which was a 3-button controller. And this doesn't have Retrobit's branding on it, but it feels a lot like a Retrobit reproduction controller. Retrobit has been doing official reproductions for Sega for years now, and they feel really good, and they're generally, quite sturdy. But like these buttons in particular feel stiff in the same way like the Retrobit ones do. I'm sure they'll like loosen up over time, and they generally feel good. And it is USB, so this does just use USB. But yeah, it comes with a controller, and then obviously you've got the mini console itself. And let's just go ahead and bring that out. And again, it's based on a Genesis 2 or Mega Drive 2, and it's always been a pretty sexy looking console, in my opinion, especially if you had the Model 2 Sega CD attached. And I've always wondered if they make like attachment Sega CD Model 2s just to pair with it. I want to look into that because that would be cool to like have this paired with a Sega CD Model 2, even though it would be fake, but still, that's the look for me, because this was my first Genesis unit back in the day. And then I got a Sega CD that sat next to it at the same time. So that's kind of like how I'm used to seeing the Genesis 2. But yeah, the expansion port does come off as well, which is really cool. Nice little touch. This flap here actually opens as well. You might be able to buy like little mini cartridges and shove in there just to expand the look even further. But yeah, that's it. I did want to note that there are some other cool software features. There's a version of Space Harrier 2 on here that's like been fixed. It runs at a better frame rate with like less flicker and stuff like that. So I'm interested to try that out. It's got a Genesis port of the first Fantasy Zone, which is kind of crazy. And it's got a port of Puyo Puyo Sun, which is also kind of crazy. That was something that came out on later platforms like PlayStation and whatnot, and Saturn. I think there was a PlayStation version of Puyo Puyo Sun, but I know it was definitely on Saturn and Sega STV, the arcade platform. But yeah, that's it. Not really much else to talk about. Expect a live stream here sometime soon. You know, on the YouTube side of things in particular. I'll probably hook this up to my HDTV and just kind of mess around with it on my own just to get used to it before I do a stream. But I foresee it being pretty straightforward, kind of like the Genesis Mini 1. I want to say M2 did the back end for this, just like the first Genesis Mini. So, you know, the overall quality should be pretty nice. So definitely looking forward to trying it out. And yeah, stay tuned for a stream. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Again, this is a really basic video. This is only going to be for channel backers for the time being. It's possible years down the road, if I ever quit YouTube, I'll make these videos public. You know, they'll be kind of redundant by then. But for now, I want to try to do more videos like these to kind of like try to give back to you guys that are supporting me directly every month. You really don't have to, but it is much appreciated, and hopefully you enjoy spending 5 to 10, 15 minutes here and there with some content that most other people won't get to see. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks again for hanging out and supporting and all that good stuff. And until the next one, take it easy.